sorrow, not a tale of joy. A tale about a girl who couldn't find a boy. Once upon a time in lonely flat lived a young girl and a very dead cat. The cat had been dead for a year or two, but this didn't bother dear Betty Blue.
When I was little, I dreamed I married a cat. He was black and he wore a top hat. He took me to my knees and said, "Please be my bride." And then he died.
Each day, this is what Betty would do. Poor deluded Betty Blue. Next she'd take to watering her plants, especially the one she'd christened Lance.
The sun is shining slowly, the birds are flying so low. Lance, you're my one and only, so pay me what you owe me.
To survive in this world as we all must do, to pay rent, she pays a few green pea t-shirts with slogans so bright. Protect the animals, give them their rights. Her t-shirts were sold by mail order list, so her presence outside would never be missed.
I wonder how long I'm going to sell this month, 3 or 4.
But business was bad, it was down on its knees. She looked in her fridge, she was cleaning out the cheese. She found a cup of soup for the instant thought. While the kettle boiled, she sat and thought.
Dear Elizabeth Duncan, to Elizabeth Duncan. Attention, Elizabeth Duncan. After all the men that I have dated, I have yet to find someone who's warm, sensitive, and fun to be with. I have yet to find someone who suits my needs. I have yet to find someone. Am I fitted? Am I doing something wrong? Or do I just have bad breath and not know it?
I did move on to me. Hi, Annie.
Morning.
Morning, it's Gordon.
I don't know what to say. But Mama said to me, she's coming at me, and it's me to find out who it is. And I'm in turmoil now. I don't know what to do.
See, that sounds really dirty, and just wondering why your wife's punishing you like this.
Yeah, we had that argument. And then she goes off and she said, "Look, I don't care what you do." And I asked her, because she said it. And I asked her, "Are you having an affair or what's going on?" Or what? She said, "Yes." That's what I said. For you to find out.
And as we said before, these issues can be resolved. You're right in the middle of the worst of it. Okay? And there are reasons why this has happened, and explore the reasons, look at the reasons. There's no reason why you may not be able to have an even stronger relationship. You've been together for 17 years. So once you tackle this, try to resolve some of the issues, perhaps things can be a lot better. All right. Thank you all and that's all from Fiction Feeding, which was brought to you by Eleanor Laboratories, manufacturing of citrus soda, for relief from the burning pain of suicide. From me, Dr. Ball,
The 10 o'clock, 24 hours a day, 702 hours of news, in touch, in tune, and independent. shape. It was more than her sensitive heart could take. The starving Somalis, the Serb refugees, the big ozone hole, the Amazon trees. America sends bombs to Saddam Hussein, the oil slicks, the earthquakes, the creatures in pain. Instead, she chose to fill up her head with the magazines that were under her bed, models and makeup and cosmetic tips, creams for her hands, her knees and her lips.
If you take the pictures of two different faces and place them side by side, your eye is immediately struck by everything that makes one different from the other. But if you have 223 different faces side by side, you suddenly realize that it's all just one face in many variations, and that no such thing as an individual ever existed. But if you love somebody, you love his face, and then it becomes totally different from everyone else's.
More than anything, Betty wished for love, the kind that was real, like a hand in a glove, like the poster she had seen in the CNA, the one with the dove. What did it say?
If you love something, set it free. It comes late. It's yours. If it doesn't, it never was.
Somehow in a pile of lost magazines, a farmer's weekly appeared on the scene. How it got there, she'll never know. But what she read was to make her mind blown.
What would you do if Mr. Right left? I don't know. New crushed Rhino Woman pills, guaranteed to reawaken even the most sleepy libido. Based on an age-old African remedy that got Dingra's lover right back where she belonged. Send your 75 rand to Stan Smith's Ranch, Eastern Transvaal, 888-348.
Was this the thing that would save her life? Not a wink could Betty lose sleep that night. She dreamed of a knight, tall, handsome and true, who'd nuzzle her ear and whisper, "My Betty Blue." He'd take her to movies, he'd buy her more cheese, he'd tear up the newspapers and give her a squeeze. The hours ticked by, she held her breath. Thank goodness it came. She was close to death.
Today is an important occasion. She thinks that she must wear the right clothes. The right combination of clothes. To make her lucky. Specific kinds of love. Different kinds of music. Different occasions. A blue dress for each occasion.
actually, I can't carry on. I've had a really strange time, and today's just been the absolute worst, and
Megan, you're doing well.
listen, I just want to explain to you, okay? I just want to explain. Look, I've had this idea for this play for a long time, and we've been rehearsing it, and Melinda, my director, we've really been working at it a lot, and then we performed it at Wendy Brown. It was a huge success, and Pat decided to bring us down to Grahamstown. We were both really excited, you know, because it's a new venue and a wider audience, and it was really going to be great. And we were rehearsing and working on it and everything, and I was quite pleased with the way it was going and everything, but I just felt like we'd lost something. You know, I felt that it was missing something, and last weekend I spun out of it, and I just decided I actually needed to take a few days off, just to, you know, just to like meditate and just get my head together and just get my priorities, you know, back in order and everything. So I decided to go down to Cape Town for a couple of days. I told Melinda, my director, and she thought I was crazy, you know, but she trusted me enough, and so I went. I mean, what can happen in Cape Town in 3 days, for God's sake? Everything. You know, my gran always told me 2 things, you know. Number 1, don't get involved with married men. And number 2, you only find love when you're not looking for it. Tell me about it. I mean, there I am in Cape Town, okay? Cape Town winter, pouring with rain. And I'm in the middle of town trying to find my inner rhino, okay? And I'm doing this hippie thing. I don't know, you know Cape Town people, they don't wear shoes. So I'm in the middle of town, I'm barefoot, it's pouring with rain, and I'm standing there waiting for a robot to change. And I can't stand it anymore, and I make a dash for it. Straight into the path of the Zola bus taxi. And the driver was furious, you know, he just screamed, "Young boys!" I somehow managed to get to the other side of the road, and I just fell down on the pavement and sat there crying. You know, I feel so stupid, man. You know, when you're feeling really vulnerable and kind of stupid, and I wish I was back in Joburg. Anyway, I don't know how long I sat like that for, but I was quite irritated when I felt someone tap me on the arm, and I looked up, and there was this boy sitting next to me. He had a Just Juice in his one hand and an umbrella in the other hand. Patrick. And he asked me to hold his umbrella for him, and he said, "Just stay here, I'm coming back." And I did. And about 2 minutes later, he came running up to me, and he said to me, "Close your eyes and open your hands." And when I opened my eyes, there were some shoes exactly my size in my hands. And all he said to me was, "Put these on so we can get out of here." That was it, I suppose. I mean, okay, I've had relationships before. I mean, one-night stands, flings, affairs, but I always had in the back of my mind this person of my imaginings, you know. I'd kind of take all the qualities of the people that I liked or that I was attracted to, and I'd kind of roll them into this one imaginary person. Well, I just met him. Patrick took me home, and we sat in his kitchen and we smoked cigarettes and drank coffee and listened to the rain, spoke. I don't know. We spoke about luck and synchronicity and magic. We spoke about the things that made us happy and the things that frightened us. And we spoke about traveling and South Africa. We spoke about our black backgrounds. He told me he'd grown up in East London, and we spoke about what it's like being white kids and meet every night for supper, pets, nannies, what it was like to see the first broadcast of SABC TV. It was really amazing to find someone who I could talk to, you know. I mean, here's a stupid thing, okay? I'm a vegetarian. Okay, now I'm not radical or anything. I mean, I don't want to kill people who eat meat. I find them hard to sleep with, okay? I mean, I suppose it's got something to do with imagery or something. It's like a non-smoker kissing a smoker. Or, I mean, I feel the same way about biltong bread. Patrick was a vegetarian who smoked. Okay. Now, I know you probably think I'm completely mad. Okay, I just want to show you something. I don't know if you can see it. It's a tattoo of a star. I don't know if you can see it. 10 years ago, I was studying drama at UCT, and I read The Little Prince, and it had this really, profound effect on me, okay? And I was so moved by it, I thought, I actually want the Little Prince star tattooed with me so I can carry it with me forever, you know? So me and Patrick are in this second-hand bookshop, okay? And it's raining outside, and we're watching people running for cover. He says to me, close your eyes and open your hands. And I open my eyes, and there's a copy of The Little Prince in my hands, and he says to me, it's my best book. And I don't say anything, okay? I take off my shoe and my sock, and I show him my tattoo, and he doesn't say anything either. He takes off his shoe and his sock, and he's got a birthmark in exactly the same place. We just sat in this second-hand bookshop and read The Little Prince out loud and cried when he went to heaven. That night, just before I was about to go to sleep, Patrick started reading The Little Prince again and started to rain. It was really amazing, you know, to find someone who I could connect with. I mean, really connect with. I mean, I even spoke to him about the Rhino Woman. I mean, most people have actually laughed at my ideas. Another thing, okay, I really find it very difficult when people ask me what I do for a living, because I find it really hard to say I'm an actress, you know, because the stock reply is always, oh, well, so how do we know when you're lying or telling the truth? I mean, why? Do people think that actors lie more than normal people? Patrick asked me how I like to spend my time, you know, what I like to do, and I told him about this acting thing. And do you know what he said? He said, good, because I really like this movie. Do you see what I mean? The next day, it was overcast, and we decided to take a drive out to Woodhook. We arrived, and we were the only people on the beach, and the wind was blowing, and the sea was going crazy, and we just ran around screaming, and then we saw this like black mound lying on the beach, this lump on the sand, and we kind of edged closer, and there was just this huge dead seal lying on the beach, and there was something about the seal that really made me feel quite small and vulnerable and everything. And as I was walking away, I sort of said to Patrick, would he mind if I just performed the Rhino Woman for him right there on the beach? And I did. And I gave the best performance of my whole life. On the way back home in the car, we were both very quiet, you know. It was really scary. I mean, I really felt like finally I knew what my play was about. And now all of this, I mean, I was going back to Joburg the next day. I had like rehearsals, and I had to organize posters and do all that other stuff that you have to do, you know, before you come down here to perform. And there's nothing worse than coming down here and you don't know what you're doing. And I was really frightened. And Patrick was just so sweet, you know. We got home and it stopped raining, and he took me outside into the garden, and we lay on the grass, and he showed me the stars, showed me where the Southern Cross was, and we tried to imagine which star belonged to the Little Prince, and then he told me that he was an Aries. Now, I mean, I thought it was amazing, you know, because I'm also an Aries. Okay, so you get two kinds of people in this world. Those that believe in astrology and those that don't. I mean, okay, for those of you that believe in astrology, how many times have you been having a conversation with someone you've just met and you thought that they were an amazing person, you know, and you ask them, what star sign are you? I mean, this could be a genuine connection, you know, this could be fire meets fire or something, you know, and they kind of look at you and walk away. You end up screaming, I mean, I'm just interested, you know, I don't really believe that stuff. The whole time you're thinking, there goes another fucking uptight Virgo bastard. And then Patrick just took my hand and asked me to marry him. And I said yes. And I was so happy. And, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm really young or anything, or, you know, I've just never really imagined getting married to anyone. And this just felt so right. It's really amazing. I mean, okay, I've always had this thing about the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with, being able to quote the Springsteen quote from this really obscure bootleg. And I told Patrick about it, and he knew it. I remember way back then, he swore he would never leave without me. Okay, the next day was complete chaos. On the way to the airport, we were trying to decide what we were going to do, you know, because I had to go back to Joburg to get my shit together, get the show on the road. And Patrick decided that he had a lot of stuff to sort out in Cape Town and everything, and he would meet me here in Grahamstown and see my plane. And I got onto the plane, and it was really weird, you know, because I realized that for the first time in days, I was on my own, and I had no one to talk to. And I sort of scratched in my bag for the little prince, and then I remembered that I left it on the side of Patrick's bed. I knew it was okay because I knew he'd bring it. And I mean, I went to Joburg in a complete state. Melinda and her boyfriend fetched me from the airport, and I mean, I raved all the way and couldn't stop talking, and I don't even think I asked them how they were. Went and did a rehearsal, and you know, even though it was a technical with stops and starts and everything, I mean, Melinda just came to me afterwards and she just said, you know, this is what Patrick's doing for you, then just like go for it, you know. And then I had to rush off to my parents and like go and tell them that I'm getting married. And I thought, of all people, you know, they'd definitely give me the most resistance because it was just so sudden. But I swear they got so carried away with my own excitement and my own happiness. I mean, mother forgot even ask if he was Jewish. I mean, everything's been really, really hectic, and on Tuesday I had a 10-hour drive down here to Grahamstown in a packed combi, and yesterday morning I had a technical at 7:30, and the show opened last night, and it went really well. I got really, you know, good response, but I promise you the only thing I could think about was getting to the airport in East London to fetch Patrick, who was coming on a midnight flight, you know, and I dashed off straight from the show, drove to East London, and got to the airport, and you know those little arrivals announcements that they make, and I ran to the arrivals door and watched those little business class suits and tie people come off the plane, and the economy class people started coming off the plane, and I couldn't see Patrick, and like more of them came, and I still couldn't see him, and then when I was sure that no one else was actually coming off the plane, I went to the little information desk, you know, passenger services, and asked them to look on the passenger list to see. No Patrick Lasker. And then I asked them to check all the flights from Cape Town for the day. No Patrick Lasker. And I really didn't know what to do. And so I went outside and I got in the car and I sat there. I thought maybe he's gone to the toilet, you know. Or like, maybe he came earlier and is somewhere waiting for me or something. And I just was sat there, you the airport parking lot smoking cigarettes. I must have fallen asleep because I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock in the airport parking lot and went into the airport, tried to phone him, and after trying to get through for about half an hour, our phone inquiries, and they told me that his phone had been disconnected. And then I remember he told me that his parents lived in East London, and I phoned info and I asked them to give me, the telephone number or the address of any Lasker in the area, and they gave me the only one. And so I took a drive up there. And after driving around for about an hour in an area that I just really don't know, I found this little house. It was a little rose garden outside, and I finally got up enough courage to go knock on the door. And just before I could run away, this really sweet old lady came to the door, and I sort of said, "Hi, I'm Megan. I know this comes as a bit of a surprise to you. I know you don't know who I am, but I'm actually your son Patrick's fiance, and I don't know if he's told you about me." And I couldn't carry on because she just burst into tears. And I was just staring at her, and then I started crying. And then this really sweet old man came to the door, and he started shouting at me, "What are you doing? And leave us alone, and stop playing your tricks on us, and can't you just leave us in peace?" And I took her by the hand, and they went inside, and I followed. And then, it all just came out. I told them how I'd met Patrick and what had happened, and what an amazing connection we'd had, and all our plans and everything. And then I was finished, and the old man just sat there, and she was crying. And then he just got up and took me by the hand, and I thought he was leading me out the door, I thought he was showing me out, and I started screaming, "Please, just tell me what's going on, please, just help me, please, man." And he took me outside and took me to the garage and told me to get into his car. And I did. And he got in the car and started driving. And the whole time I'm thinking, what's he going to do? Is he going to dump me on the side of the road? What? Is he taking me to the cops? What's going on? And he's just driving, and he doesn't say a word. And we drive, and then he turns and stops, and he says, "Get out the car." I can't. And he says, "Get out." And I'm crying, and I get out the car, and he's already quite far away from me now, and I start following him, and like I'm running to catch up, he just carries on walking, and we just walk, and I'm just trying to catch up to him, and then finally he stops, and he waits for me to catch up, and he just takes me by the shoulders, and turns me to face this tombstone. And I just stand there for a while, and then I start to read. In loving memory of our son, Patrick Lasker, who died on the 8th of July, 1983. No, and I turned away, and something makes me turn back, and next to the tombstone, sort of next to this bunch of dead flowers, is our copy of The Little Prince.